Alright guys, it's June 25th and it's time for the final update of the hashtag Planter HGC 2025. Now my first herb is going to be the marjoram and it's time to uppot it. We have really nice growth on it and I have 3 of them that are still alive and thriving, so I'm going to be uppotting it right here in this planter, and I'm going to dig this hole as deep as the planter would allow me. And if you look here, you can see the root system on this. It was definitely time to uppot this plant here. So it's good that I'm putting it in this planter so the roots would have more room for it to grow and spread. Now I'm only planting 2 of them in here. The third one, I am going to be planting it in a container that I'm going to be growing indoors. See that? We have nice roots on it. I didn't really disturb it at all and it's looking good and healthy. Now my next herb is going to be the Echinacea purpurea, the cornflower. As you can see, it's looking really nice and we have some tiny ones still coming up there. However, I'm still going to be appotting this in this planter and it's going to be sharing the space with the marjoram. Now echinacea does not flower on the first year, but it flowers on the second year and every year after that. So we're not going to get flowers this year, but from next year the flowers will start to emerge. Now as you can see here, the roots were growing out of the grow cup, so it's definitely time to put it in a bigger space where it can grow and spread its roots. You just got to be really careful with these tiny ones. They're very fragile and I don't want to disturb the root system too much because it is very delicate and I don't want them to die after all this work that I've put in here. But this is what it looks like after being uppotted in this planter. Now next we're going to go with the fennel that I have not been successful at all. I use an entire seed pack and I have not been able to have the seeds germinated. I did go to the stores to look for fennel seeds and I don't know, maybe it's because it's later in the season, but I went to 3 different stores and look at this. All these different seeds, but no fennel seeds. And I'm not even going to bother to order it online because it's probably going to take too long. But the fennel seeds did not germinate for me at all, even though I reseeded a few different times. Now my next herb is going to be the marigold right here. Now I'm not sure if I should have planted this in here and share the planter with other herbs because it is definitely growing really well in here. So I'm happy with that. Now my next herb is the carnation and this herb is also doing really well. Decent growth on it. Now my next herb is going to be the Mexican mint. I still have just 1 left out of all the seeds that I dropped. So I was able to keep this one alive and it's thriving and growing really well in this planter here. My next herb is the fenugreek. It's seen better days, but nevertheless, we still have life in it. It did suffer some transplant shock after uppotting it to this planter, but it's still here alive and thriving. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 herbs. My next herb is going to be my king of bitters. Now this is a very slow growing herb, but it looks healthy. And of course I tasted a leaf, guys. It's extremely bitter. Alright, next herb is my Elsa Craig onions. I got some weeds in here. I'm going to be pulling these out, but as you can see, they are thriving. We did gain some growth on these and they're getting taller. So that's a good thing. I have lots of them still alive. And my final herb is going to be my leek planted in this container here. I uppotted them and they're also doing really well. Nice and green, gaining some height. And with some chicken compost, they're about to take off and grow into their fullest potential. Alright, now I have some aged chicken compost here that I'm going to be adding to it. I already started to add some in here. And as you can see, I also have earthworms that I removed from the compost pile that I made last year to add to these planters. It's a rock. So I'm going to add this in here to feed these herbs, give it a good boost. And this is what this one looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to all the herb planters. I can remove this now because this fenugreek did not happen for me. But I'm going to also add some chicken compost. Now I can remove the tags. This marjoram has grown even more, and also the echinacea. And as you can see, the King of Bitters did put on some more growth on it. So now I'm going to add the compost to the planters because it's very hot out here today, guys. 100 degrees. So this is pretty much it. The planters are filled in with the compost in them. I have the leek in the back. I have the echinacea, the marjoram, marigold, fenugreek, carnation, Mexican mint, King of Bitters, leek back there, and the Ailsa Craig onion right here in this container. So now as we are at the end, I'm just sweating so much because it's so hot out here. But as we have come to the end of our herb garden challenge for this year, for all the participants, I say thank you. For the people who has supported, I say thank you also. And for the people that did not take part, I really think growing herbs is something that we should all get accustomed to doing, and so that we can use those herbs to maintain our bodies. Now, I must say, use with caution, do your own research, and consult with your physician before you decide to use any type of herbal regimen. This is all for now. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the finale on June 30th when the winner of this herb garden challenge is announced. See you then.